Hello, good morning. So to follow up with our work yesterday, we will do a little practice here. We have 2 blocks and a blanket. If you would like to sit on a bolster instead, you know what, actually, we're not even gonna sit. We're gonna come right down onto our backs. So we'll put the blanket to the side and we might use it later. We might not even use it. I know we'll use the blocks, but let's go ahead and come down onto our backs and close the eyes and let your body settle. And let your attention follow the movement of the breath. And see if you can kind of touch into any kind of moods of the body. Moods, how are we, what's the state of being, right, without any judgment? What kind of wisdom of the body wants to shine through today? What kind of comes to your awareness from the state of the body? And notice just how the body lays, right? So you can just feel the feet on the floor. You might feel one sole of the foot, like the right foot, and how it sits on the ground. And then you might bring your attention over to the left and just feel how the left sets on the ground. Let your attention travel up the legs, up to the knees, and down to the pelvis, and then feeling the weight of the pelvis on the ground. And then let yourself feel how the spine, right, from the pelvis, the spine lifts up gently and then travels back down to the ground as you get to the upper back. And then the upper back kind of lays on the ground. The shoulders may or may not lay on the ground, right? And then the spine again travels up into the neck, away from the floor, and then back down to the head, right in the back of the head, resting on the ground. And just see if, while you're here, you can feel yourself consciously relax the body downward, so you can feel that way that we can release, even if it's just energetically, right? An intention. And then from there, you're going to take the feet nice and wide, the arms nice and wide. You're just going to windshield wiper the knees side to side. So it'll just be like very easy movement, nowhere to get to. And just kind of seeing how that movement can kind of travel through the body. So it might like travel up into the chest, maybe up into the head. It's just like loosening the body. If it feels good to take a few big breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, here, you could do that. And then we'll come back to center. Let the feet come back about hip width apart. Let the arms rest down by the sides. Tuck the tailbone under and just press the low back down towards the ground. And then come the other way. Let the tailbone kind of reach down towards the ground and the low back lifts. And we could do this on the breath if that feels good, where you exhale when you press the low back down. And then you inhale when the low back lifts. And you might inhale all the way up into the chest, letting the chest come as broad as it wants to come. And exhale, rounding. That's great. I'll just go ahead and release that. Pull the knees into the chest and give a hug. Pull the forehead in towards the knees and give a squeeze. And we'll set the feet back down, lay the head back down, and rock over onto a side. And we'll come up to that position we were in yesterday. So we'll have the feet on the floor and we'll come down onto the elbows. Yeah, so if you've done this recently and you're sore, right, you can do a little less, but good to touch into, right, especially if there is a little soreness. But right now we'll just keep the gaze looking forward. And like you found yesterday, right, a little press into the elbows helps to lift the chest. And a little press into the feet helps to keep a little bit of the strength kind of in other parts of the body, so we're not just relying on the neck. I think you found that yesterday. And let's take an inhale, draw the chest up and the head back. And then as you exhale, look back forward. And go real soft here. Inhale, come back. And exhale, come forward. And this next time we come, we'll stay. So we'll inhale, come forward or come back. And just imagine the gaze up towards the sky and the heart lifting. And then if it feels okay to let the head fall back. Let the chest come down and look back forward. And we're going to come back upright and pause and just be here paused for a moment. Thinking I should probably move my mic because it might be interfering with this movement. Let's see if that works. Let the breath be full here, so just gently, slowly coming to the top of the inhale. Maybe a little pause at the top, and then gently, slowly coming to the bottom of the exhale. And then we'll come back in again, so bringing the feet in front of us, coming down onto the elbows, pressing into the elbows, pressing into the feet, inhaling, letting the face up towards the sky, kind of leading with the back of the head, right? So the tendency when we come back is to kind of let the face already face up. Let's see if you can keep the neck long. If you'd like to let the chin come back. And jet the bottom jaw up towards the sky. And come back forward. Let the chest lower. Let the head look down. And then come back up. And we're going to let that be. And we'll come forward into child's pose. So you might, while you're coming into child's pose, take the blocks, and we'll put the blocks up at the front of the mat. If it feels good to let the forehead come to the blanket, you might let the forehead come to the blanket. And rest the arms wherever they feel comfortable. It might be nice to have them down by the sides in this child's pose. Remember the breath to be full and complete, slow and steady. And the more that we can kind of cultivate that slow, long, continuous breath, the more the practice is going to tone the nervous system. And then the more we're going to feel the effects of our practice throughout our day and our life. See if you can identify any parts of the body that you can soften or release. For me, sensing the earth below is helpful that way. You might sense kind of inner thighs releasing, deep in the hips. And then we'll bring the hands underneath the shoulders or thereabouts, and we'll press ourselves up to sitting. And from here, we're going to come into our downward facing dog. So taking the blocks under the hands, tucking the toes. See if when you come into downward facing dog, you can have a nice press into the hands evenly. So feel that, and feel how that when you're pressing into the hands, it comes all the way up into the shoulders. You feel that kind of neutral spine that we've played with, right? So I'm not allowing the belly to drop, and I'm not curling the tailbone under and pulling the belly up, but just a nice neutral. There's a little bit of engagement there because you're pressing into the hands. The toes are tucked, and we want to see if we can come up evenly, right? So both feet, so we're not allowing the hips to drop to one side or the other to try to get up. We're not sinking in the shoulders, right? But it's one smooth motion up and back into downward facing dog. And so there's a lot going on in downward facing dog often, right? Lots to feel, think about. For this downward facing dog, see if you can release the head. So instead of holding the head up, release the head. See if you can allow your attention to come into the palms, right? The palms on the blocks. and just feeling, so simply feeling palms on blocks. The breath stays continuous, smooth, rhythmic. And the feet, let your attention come to the feet, and you're just feeling soles of feet on earth. And we're going to see if we can come in and out of that, the all fours to downward facing dog. So look forward between the blocks, let the shoulders come forward a bit over the wrists, and then lower the knees both at the same time. Yeah. Take a breath in. And on the exhale, both knees lift at the same time. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. And just twice more like that. Come forward with the shoulders. Release the knees. Let it be slow and steady, just like your breath. Take a breath in. And exhale back into down dog. And then from here, we're going to walk the blocks back. I want you to keep your hands on the blocks. So sometimes when you come into forward fold, you'll release the hands to the legs. This time we're going to keep the hands on the blocks. Going to inhale, reach the heart forward, keep pressing into the blocks. So we have that extended spine. There's a little bit of effort along the back body. And then as you exhale, keep the hands on the blocks, but just fold in. Twice more like that. Inhale, reaching forward. And exhale, folding in. Small movement. Inhale, reach forward with the heart. Really press through the feet, firm the legs. And exhale, fold in. Now we'll release the hands down to the ground. Sweep the hands backwards, out to the sides, and all the way up. We'll come standing on the inhale. And then the exhale will come all the way back down again. So sweep the hands out. Let the palms reach back as the heart reaches forward. And then the hands come down to the ground as we fold in. And see if you can let this movement marry the movement with the breath. So we inhale up to standing. And we exhale down to the floor. Remember, continue this movement. But remember when we were just starting and we were letting the knees kind of flop side to side and we were just letting it be loose. See if you can have both here. So there's kind of this reach out through the arms, there's a reach out through the heart, but at the same time there's some kind of softness in your movement, right? Some kind of trust, some kind of play, right? You could do this movement, right, in this really kind of simple way where you're just kind of mechanically going through it. Or you could do this movement where you are feeling into the mechanics of the body, right? There might be little movements, little presses, little reaches into, right, to kind of help just feel the sensations in the body, express into the movement. Let's just do two more. I'm obviously not doing the breath because I'm talking, but let it be your own pace, let it be your own breath. We'll let this be the last one. We'll land standing, arms up and overhead, and then draw hands down through heart center. Yeah. And then let's take the blocks to the side of the mat, and we'll take a big step out into our wide-legged stance. And then we'll bring hands down to the blocks. And once again, shoulders are more or less over the wrists, and we're reaching the heart forward again. Sit bones back behind, right? So these are like inner muscles, right? Yogis don't have big like biceps and stuff because they're really working on this just like deep internal strength, right? The support system of this body. So as you inhale, reach long through the spine. So sit bones in one direction, crown of the head in the other. Keep that, but just bend over into the left knee. I'm going to mirror you. So you're bending, right? You could turn the heel in. And then we're going to give that pulse. So you're just bending in and just seeing what kind of deep bend you can get in that leg. And pumping from the foot. So really press into the foot when you come up and then bend deep in. And then the next time you come in, stay. Reach the heart forward, sit bones back behind. And then we'll come up and over to the other side. Bend deep in, reach the heart forward, and then we'll give that same pumping action. Yeah, so really feel the soles of the feet grounding down, right? That's where your body gets the information for all the organization of the body up above, right? It's from the feet. So we want the feet to be feeling earth, pressing into the earth. And then come in and stay. Reach the heart forward, sit bones back behind. And then we're back up to center. One more time, reach heart forward. And then exhale, fold all the way in. You could take your hands off the blocks at this point. Really firm the legs. So lift up through the legs, lift the crown of the head down towards the ground. Lift the shoulders out of the ears. You lift the shoulders out of the ears so the neck comes long. And then we'll reach the heart back forward. Heel toe the feet a little closer. Maybe all the way together. Sweep the hands back, out to the sides, and all the way up. And exhale, hands can come down through heart center. And then here, pause and feel. So give yourself a moment here to pause and feel. And close the eyes and just feel the body. Feel how the body is after those asanas. And then we're going to practice our breath of joy. So if you remember that, what we'll do here is we're going to go bend into the knees. It's inhale, 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 exhale. So go. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale like you're holding a big globe way out to the side. Let the shoulders come down. Let the arms be broad. Continue the inhales and the exhales. Maybe lift the heart up towards the sky. And release the arms all the way down to the sides. We'll take the hands back behind. Just one little reach of the chest, opening up across the front of the chest, just like we did before. Open up the front of the throat. Practice lengthening through the back of the neck. Yeah, and then we'll go ahead and release. We'll come down onto the ground and lie back. You could put a bolster under your knees here. You could put a blanket under the head. I'm going to do that. Sometimes even just a simple folded blanket under the head can be nice. You know what might be nice too is instead of just straight legs in the Shavasana today, if it feels okay to have your legs, the soles of the feet together and the knees apart might be nice for this practice. I always like to support my legs when I do that. Some people don't need to, but I think it sends a good message to the nervous system that you're supported, right? Oftentimes, the state of the nervous system, especially if we've lived a life where we felt like we didn't have a lot of support, we can kind of be in this kind of hyper vigilant mode, right? Where we're just always on the lookout for what needs to be taken care of. And then some of the best medicine for that is exactly what you found in restorative yoga, where the body's fully supported in a place where it feels so safe, it can relax. And there's so much healing that happens there. And so, nice place to stay if you have time. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here and give you the opportunity to stay if you'd like to stay, depending on your day and your schedule and your time and your interest. But I'll just leave you here saying namaste.